Many foreign guys may enter a relationship with a younger Filipina because, let's face it, finding a young attractive woman at home most likely is not going to happen. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting a partner whom we find attractive, and a woman who is much younger can also keep us older guys young at heart, which is certainly a positive. On the surface, it all seems rather perfect, but there are many things that we may never really consider until we're in that relationship that can have a rather big effect on us and on the Filipina. What I'm going to do in this video is to give you some insight into what you can expect when you enter into an age gap relationship with a Filipina, which hopefully will give you the heads up whether you're able to handle these issues that may commonly arise. So if you're considering an age gap relationship with a Filipina, you won't want to miss this. So be sure to buckle up and stay with me here. Just quickly, if you're searching for a Filipina and are not sure where to start, then why not check out my affiliate link in the pinned comment and description of this video to the Philippines' #1 dating site, Christian Filipina, where it's free to join via a basic membership and view tens of thousands of beautiful Filipina profiles right now. Now, what I'll tell you here in this video is a combination of my own experiences as well as what many men and Filipinas have conveyed to me over the years, with the purpose, of course, to get you thinking carefully on these issues prior to entering a relationship. We'll start off with the fact that society won't be on your side. So if you're a person who cares what your family, friends or community think, then perhaps a relationship with a Filipina, let alone an age gap relationship with a Filipina, will be a very difficult thing for you to deal with if you choose to stay with her in your country. As I've mentioned in previous videos, we need to remember that you're bringing a woman from a developing country to a developed country. And automatically, many people will see a poor woman trading her morals and values for a better life in a developed country, which of course I'll tell you is not the case with most Filipinas. You must know and be aware that society can be very judgmental, and some people won't be afraid to show their bias. Family and friends may do this in a caring way at the start, but over time their true feelings and emotions may come out, especially from adult children who may be worried about their inheritance. The next important thing to expect when entering an age gap relationship with a Filipina is around having children with her. Now, I stress this is totally a personal choice, but we do need to consider the Filipina's thoughts and feelings around this as well. It's only natural that being in a serious long-term relationship with a much younger Filipina that she'll most likely have the desire to have children with you, and have no doubts that she's most likely dreamt of having her own family for a very long time. For some guys, they're happy to become a father again, or even for the first time in their 60s or 70s. But for others, having a baby at that stage of life is something they just don't want to do. I certainly understand where many of these guys are coming from. After all, how many years will a man in his 60s or 70s have with his child? And what effect will this have on the child when he passes? After all, the child is still rather young. For some Filipinas, they may forgo having a child with a foreign man, and to a point, they may understand why and go along with what you want so they don't rock the boat, so to speak. But anyone who understands Filipinas will know that many of these women will be hurting inside, knowing she'll never have a child to create what she sees as a true family together. To me, this is one issue that can be hard to gain a compromise on where both are truly happy, and I certainly see both sides here. In the end, the man may go along with the Filipina reluctantly and give her the child and family she wants, or the Filipina will reluctantly agree not to have any children with the man. Either way, this could lead to resentment as the years roll by from either the man or the Filipina, which really never makes for a happy relationship. Another issue that often comes up for the man is around the age gap itself. Now, I see men who think they won't have a problem that he's 30 or 40 years older than the Filipina until he starts that relationship. This has nothing to do with what other people think, as we spoke about earlier, but more so what's going on in his own mind. I have guys who come to me in my consulting service and tell me that it suddenly dawns on them that the woman he's going to marry and have his life with is younger than his own daughter. For these guys, this can really play in their mind, and of course, it doesn't help if his own kids constantly remind him of this. I find that some of these guys start to question their own morals or values in some senses around if a large age gap relationship is the right thing or not, and as a result, they can start looking for other differences between him and his much younger Filipina. He may start to notice or at least question what they have in common. After all, they're 30 or 40 years apart, from different worlds, and most likely they have far different tastes in many areas, not to mention that the man has had a far fuller life where his life experience far outweighs hers. This can, of course, leave the man to sometimes feeling though he's more of a father figure than a partner to the Filipina. Naturally, he's trying to impart his vast knowledge of the world onto her, but this can become constant and too much if not careful. I've spoken to men who've been married several years to the younger Filipina before realising he had become more of a father figure than a husband to his wife. My view is that we should strive to have a balance in this area without going overboard. Yes, as in any relationship, we can teach what we know to our partner, and she no doubt can teach us in certain areas as well. But if we're more preaching than helping her to understand different things, then that's where an inequality in the relationship can come into play, and that's where the roles can change from a husband to a father figure. Like we all had to do in our younger years, Filipinas are no different, and they need to learn many things for themselves without being told constantly what they must do or believe or how to even act. Remember, if your Filipina is much younger than you, then it's likely she's still trying to discover who she is and who she wants to be, as opposed to what you want her to be. Equally, listen to her as she also tells you about her world through her eyes. No doubt there's much you can learn from her about her country and many of her experiences and some of the skills she may have. This allows her to feel as though she's also teaching you, which of course brings the two of you closer together. The last thing I'll mention, and again I've done videos before on this, is around the likelihood of you passing away well before her, and how this will affect her and any kids you may have together, and how they'll be looked after once you're gone. I know many Filipinas who rely heavily on their husbands to handle the finances and many everyday mundane tasks associated. But how will your Filipina manage these things once you're gone? Now yes, this sounds a little morbid, but it's so important for your Filipina to be able to manage in life once you're not here any longer. Most certainly, it'll be hard enough for her dealing with life without you, but even harder if she has no idea how to manage every aspect of her daily life. The many things that you and I take for granted, such as setting up bills to be paid online, managing the mortgage. Does she know how to access any joint bank accounts or who to contact and what to do to be able to gain access to such accounts? There really is so much that she'll need to know what to do. And these are the little things we can help her with as we move forward in our relationship. Also, ensuring that you have a valid last will and testament will certainly provide more peace of mind for you and your Filipina, along with enlisting the help of some close friends to assist her in the moments after your passing is a wonderful parting gift for your Filipina. I wish you all the best, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.